Alright, so hello and welcome. In this video we are going to build a dashboard providing us the top and worst performers on the Binance platform in real time. So to show you how this is working, we are currently considering the 1 minute lookback period, so the performance over the last 1 minute. And on the left hand side we have the top performers over that lookback period, and on the right hand side we have the worst performers. We can click the update button to get real-time results. And we can also change the lookback period in minutes to e.g. 15 minutes and get the respective returns over that period. This is just an introduction. There's way more you could add. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments below. I will add some resources in the video description to better follow along, as I already covered some of the concepts in previous videos. Okay, so first of all, we would need a live stream of prices for all available coins on Binance. In this video, I'm going to use a very handy library to achieve that, and that is the Unicorn Binance WebSocket API. So first of all, we would need to install that. As you see, in my case, the requirement is already satisfied. So let me just quickly guide you through how this is working. So I'm just copy pasting the suggested syntax here and doing some amendments from my side. But this is basically what we are going to use. So here we are defining which streams or stream we want to get. So the standard here is 2 streams, the trade and the candlestick 1 minute stream for Bitcoin, BNB and ETH. So to simplify stuff here, we just want to get the Bitcoin USDT K-line stream. So this would be the syntax here. And if we are executing this loop, as you see, we are getting a live stream for the Bitcoin USDT K-line, right? So as you see, every second we are getting new data. And what's pretty cool in this library, you can do one amendment to the stream. So let me stop that quickly and just add output unicorn-fi. And then, so just remember this one here, unreadable data, right? X, what is Q, what is C, what is S? We don't really know, right? But if I'm adding this unicorn-fi and let the stream run again, you will see that we're getting meaningful names, right? Event type, open price, K-line close time, a number of trades and so on, right? So it's just more readable. Pretty nice, right? And to get multiple streams now, we could just add one more coin here. So for example, ETHUSDT, right? And then you see that we are getting both a BTTCUSDT K-line and ETHUSDT K-line streams here, right? So pretty nice. And in the next step, we are going to use that to get this stream for all available coins on Binance and writing that into a database so we can do our return calculation live. Okay, so let's continue with the actual first script, which is importing the live prices for all available coins on Binance to an SQL database. As you see, I already did some stuff here, so we need some libraries. And this one I just showed you, pandas for data handling, and we also need to establish a connection to SQLite. I've covered that in many previous videos. But in a nutshell, we are just creating a database file where we are writing the live prices in. So here I'm reading in a CSV file containing all symbol names in relation to the USDT or US dollar tether. So we have, let me quickly check, 233 coin names here, right? So I've shown how you're pulling all symbols from Binance in previous videos, but I will see that just link the list in the video description so you can just copy paste. Okay, so now let's create a stream for all available coins first. So I'm just using this UBVA as I did before and create a stream, UBVA, create stream, and we are working with the K-line stream here on the 1 minute candle. And now we need to pass the symbols, which would be our symbols list. We just need to do one amendment. So these are uppercase letters, right? And we need to transform them to lowercase. So we could just use a list comprehension to achieve that. So we could use I lower for I in symbols. And then we are just getting the lowercase names here, right? So we are using this and pass that here. And with that, we are getting a stream, and we are also using this unicorn file to make things more readable. All right, so with that, we have created a stream, and let me just quickly show you how the stream would look like, so that you are better understanding what I'm doing in the next steps here. So I'm just calling that data, use ubva pop stream data from stream buffer. I'm quickly copy pasting that from my other screen here. And with that, yeah, in this case, I'm getting a non-result, but if I'm executing that again, I'm getting a result for this coin here. And I'm using this dictionary here to do my SQL import. So I want to do my SQL import. What information do I need in my database? I want to have the symbol as my table name. I want to have the event time here as a timestamp when this price was happening. And of course, I want to have my price, and I'm taking the close price of this candle here, right? So these are the information that I need. And as you see, we have two dictionaries here. First one is starting here, and then we have the K-line dictionary containing our close price here, right? So to do the SQL import, I'm creating a function here, which is taking data as an argument, and data is just one tick of this K-line stream. Okay, and first of all, we are defining our time, and therefore we can just use data and then screen for the event time here, right? So we just need data event time, and we have our timestamp. Then we need the coin name, and we can just use data and then symbol, right? And next one, we need the price. I'm just calling that price. And here now we need this sub-dictionary here. So we need to access the K-line key first, and then in this K-line key, we need to access the close price key, right? So here we need two. So K-line and also close price. Close price. So these are the information we need, and now we are creating a data frame out of this. So using PD data frame function, provide our time and our price, and name the columns as time and price. So now I'm using a conversion. So this event timestamp is a Unix timestamp. I want to convert that to a human readable timestamp. So I'm just using PD2DateTime, provide the time, and define the unit as ms. I'm printing that in a second, so you will understand what exactly is going on here. So as the price currently is string formatted, I want to convert that to a floating value. So I'm converting frame price to frame price as float or as type float. And finally, I would tell Python or whatever to write this frame into the SQL database. But let me quickly just show you how a frame would look like. So if I'm calling this function on our data, SQL import, I would get a data frame like this. So this is the data we are writing into our database now, right? And we are naming the table as the coin name, right? So this is what we are also doing here. So we are taking frame to SQL, provide the coin name as the table name. So we are naming this table as the coin we're getting the stream tick for. And we have to define the engine, want to ignore the index here, so we just want to write in those 2 columns to the database, so setting the index to false. And then if a table like this exists, we want to just append it. Okay? And this function is pretty nice because we can just implement this function to our stream now, and we are just writing every tick of our stream. We are writing into our database and getting live prices to our SQL database, right? So we could just use while true, define our data as I did above here. And then we have to do one more amendment, because sometimes you are not getting the data as you just saw, but you are getting, if you're not getting a data or a stream tick, you are just getting a false value. So we need a Boolean check here if we have data. And then we also need a second check. This is if we really get candlestick data. And we can check that by just taking a look at the length of the data, if that's larger than 3. So you're getting some response. I think we just saw that. You're getting like a result none. And this is like 3 items long. So we just want to exclude all stuff which is not a K-line stream. And we can do that by just using this, this check here. And then we're just calling this function SQL import and provide the data. And with that, we have a data stream, which is just creating tables and is feeding them with live prices, right? So if I'm executing that, we have a live stream of prices floating in the CryptoLive database. Okay, so let's move on to the second script. This script is handling the return calculation for all available coins in the database and is also determining the top and worst performers. As you see, I already did some stuff here. We need pandas for data handling, date time to get the time of exactly now, and we also need to connect to our live price database. Just as a reminder, you have to make sure that the first script is running, right? So that you are getting a live stream into this CryptoLive database. Here I'm just getting all table names from this database. So this is a SQLite specific syntax. And our table names, as shown in the first script, are just the coins, right? So if I'm printing that out, I'm just getting the coin names here. And in the best case, this has the same length as the symbols list from the first script. Otherwise, they're just missing price data for a particular symbol. But you see we have the same length here. So we have all our symbols. That's nice. So next we are just defining a fixed lookback period, and we are starting with 1. We will change that later on so that this is flexible. Okay, so next we are defining a function which is pulling prices for a particular symbol for the last n minutes, or in our case, the last 1 minute. So we are calling that query. This is taking a symbol as an argument and also a lookback period. First, we need to know what time exactly is now. Therefore, we are using dt datetime and take a UTC now timestamp. Why UTC? Because the Binance timestamp is also in the UTC time zone. And then we are just getting n minutes, or in our case, 1 minute back. So we can use now minus dt time delta, provide our lookback as the minutes. So we're just going 1 minute back from now. And next we just want to request price data from our database since the before timestamp. So we are taking just query string here, use an f string and select all columns from the given symbol. So for example, Bitcoin USDT, where the time column is larger than before. Right? And then we are just creating a data frame here using the read SQL function from pandas, provide our query string and the engine. And then we are returning this data frame. So let me quickly show you how this would look like, for example, for Bitcoin. So we are providing Bitcoin and our lookback period. And as you see, now we are getting the Bitcoin price for the last 1 minute, right? So this is the time as of now, 16:21 here, and we are going until 16:20, right? Or if we are going, I don't know, 3 minutes back, it's going until 16:19 here, right? 2 minutes, 16:20, 1 minute, now 21, 27, and so on, right? So this is how it's working. And with this, we can do our return calculation. And I'm using a function for that, which I'm calling return calculation. This function is taking a data frame, then is calculating the cumulative return. And this is just taking the price column, takes the relative change out of that, adds a 1, and takes the product. So I've covered that in other videos on my channel. This is just the cumulative return. And then we are returning that. So let me quickly show you how this would work. So I can call that on, for example, Bitcoin over the last 1 minute. And I would get the Bitcoin performance over the last 1 minute, or ETH over the last 1 minute, or the last 3 minutes, and so on, right? Next, I want to create a function which is doing this return calculation for all symbols. So I'm going to call that all returns, take no arguments here, then define an empty list, which I'm populating with the cumulative returns. And then I'm simply looping for symbol in symbols and just append the return calc result for the query function when I'm providing a particular symbol. So I'm providing all symbols as I'm looping over all symbols in the symbols list, and also take the lookback period here. And in the end, I just want to return this list. So let's check. Let's just call that function. And as you see, we're getting a list out of all returns for all symbols over the last 1 minute. So let's wrap that all in a data frame. Just calling that all red. Then create a data frame out of that, provide this function. And also the symbols, so that we see where those returns are belonging to, so that we have a mapping. This return belongs to, let's say, Cardano, Bitcoin, or whatsoever. And we want to name the columns performance or return, whatever you like. Right? So if I'm taking a look at that, you see that I have this data frame containing the cumulative returns over the last 1 minute. So let's get the top and worst performers out of that. So we can just define top as all red, performance and largest 10, and get the top 10 here, and the same logic for the worst. Just take n smallest here and get the worst performers. And that's pretty much it for the script logic. Next, we just have to add some Streamlit properties to make a dashboard out of this. So let's do the amendments. We gotta go to the very top of the script, import Streamlit. Of course, you have to install it, so please watch one of my previous videos on Streamlit, which is linked in the video description. Then we're gonna give it a title, st title, and I took welcome to the live Binance return screener. Then we need to define the lookback as a select box. Pick the lookback in minutes and just provide a list out of options, so you can take whatever you want. I'm taking 1 minute, 15 minutes and 30 minutes. And finally, we need the update button. So we are defining that here. So if st button update, then we want to call the all returns function. And last but not least, we just need to add some write functions to that. So stWrite top and also stWrite worst, and getting rid of some unnecessary styles here. So that should be it. Quickly double checking. Yeah, that should be it. And finally, we need to download this script as a raw Python script to make it executable in Streamlit or with Streamlit. So we are downloading that as a raw Python file. Then open up the terminal and type in Streamlit run and just pull in the downloaded file here. And the browser window is opening up. So let me pull that over here. And you see we have our return screener, which is being live updated with different lookback periods. Just some beautifications so that you have the data frames side by side. So let's opening up that again. You can add something to that script. Just copy pasting that from my other screen here. So instead of these here, so I'm getting rid of those writings here. Define two columns here. And can you see that actually? Let me zoom in, sorry. So you have to add this, right? So define two columns that you have it side by side, and then define a title, top performers for the first one and worst performers for the second one, and then define, I took data frame here, but you can also take write. Doesn't make a difference. So let's save that and finally run it again. Streamlit run. And now, where's my browser window? We have it in the fancy format here, right? And yeah, that's basically it for this video. So if you're interested in getting other information from Binance, let me know. And yeah, thank you very much for watching and looking forward to seeing the upcoming videos. Bye bye.